The final step we are going to take is to process the request from the client-side data table and convert it to the type of data structure or code accepts. As we said earlier, the grid we want to work as a sample is jQuery data grid. As we said earlier, the grid we want to work on as sample is jQuery data grid. Let's take a look again at what the jQuery data table request body looks like. Here there is one. As you can see, we have multiple fields sent as the body of the request to the server. Two of them are more important to us. One is start, the other is length. I think the length works as the take and start works as skip. When you look at the documentation from the developers of the jQuery data table, it shows that I'm correct. So what about the sorting? You can see here we have order indexed at 0, column is 0, and order 0 direction is ascending. Let's click on the header of one column, for example, email, and let's see what happens. The second request is saying that the order column is the second column and the order direction is ascending. Let's go and see what is the second column. Here when I go and see the second column name is email. So we can use these data and make a converter for the HTTP request object to our link data request. Let's do this at code. Here I'm going to create a folder, call it dynamic, and let's create a class here, HTTP request extension. Let's make it static as we're going to create extension method. So, oh, I have misspelled dynamic. Let's correct it. Okay, now we are going to create a static method, public static, and let's return a link data request. Let's add the reference to data link request, and it will take the HTTP request as the input. Okay, first we want to extract the start parameter from the request body. Let's call it start, and it equals to request dot query start dot first or default. And second, we want to get the length parameter from the query body, request body, excuse me. And now we can convert these two parameters, which are in the type of string, to the int parameters. Now we can create our first output as a link data request without any sorting information. Okay, so if we want to use this, we should go to the controller, and here we can add what we have made. Let's create another method, call it student3, and it does not need any input parameters. It just needs to say that send requests dot, and we need this name to the repository, and it should work well. Okay, let's go and test it. Here we have to change the name at the index, and it looks well. Oh, it doesn't work yet. Let's go and see what we have done wrong. Oops, here's what problem I think. Let's run it again. Okay, now it works. We are seeing the first 10 records of the database. We can page to the end. That's nice, but we are not having sorting yet. Let's go and add the sorting part. I'm just going to copy and paste the sorting parts because you now have the idea of how we are doing this. Okay, yes, it works. You can see that the youngest driver of the Formula One is Yuki Tsunoda, and the oldest would be Fernando Alonso, and everything works well. That's it. We have done paging and sorting, and we can add filtering in the future too. Finally, all the code of this sample would be uploaded to my GitHub. Also, I have created some Nugget packages that you can easily use in your projects using the explain method in the series, which is called MZ Simple Dynamic Link. Those packages are also open source, and you can find the source code in my GitHub too.